Westfield added 17,000 people in 5 years. That's the city itself, not the Indianapolis metro around it. In 2020, the census counted 47,000 people here. Westfield paid for its own special census in 2025 and came back with 64,400. I'm going to walk you through 5 things. What it actually costs to be here, what's downtown now that wasn't 2 years ago, where the schools stand going into November, what the tax change means for your bill, and the parts of living here that are going to annoy you. I'm Beau Benjamin. I've been investing in Hamilton County since 2007, and I've been a full-time realtor since 2017. 246 transactions. I'm not going to tell you Westfield's right for you. For a lot of people, it isn't, and I'll tell you who. 37% growth in 5 years shows up everywhere once you know where to look for it. Most of what you tour here is going to be newer than you expect. Westfield Washington Schools is the fastest growing district in the state of Indiana. Their K-4 enrollment went up 660 students in 5 years. The growth is the single most useful thing to understand about this city, because almost everything else I'm going to tell you comes out of it. 2 years ago, if you would have asked me what is downtown Westfield, I would have said Grand Junction Plaza and not much else. But that's changed. The Union opened up on the north side. Steakhouse opened up on Mill Street in February, and they built it facing the park instead of a convenient traffic inlet. That tells you a lot about what they think the downtown area is becoming. Sun King opened up next to the Union in April. 2 floors, 8,700 square feet, 400 seats, and 200 of them on the patio that looks straight out onto the plaza. Family side downstairs, 21 and up upstairs. Walk the block on a Saturday and it feels like a downtown. 2 years ago, it felt like a plan. Most of what's for sale in Westfield now is new construction, and it shapes your price, your timeline, and what you end up negotiating over. Builders have been putting up subdivisions off of 32 and upwards towards 191st for a decade. You'll see MI, Fisher, Beezer, Estridge, Lennar, and a handful of others. The homes are new, the systems are new, the warranty is real, and you're going to pay a premium for that. Established neighborhoods do exist here. There are fewer of them, and they move faster when they hit because there's a whole group of buyers who don't want to build and can't find an alternative. 3 things I check on every new build. I check them because I've owned rentals since 2007. 1, what does the HOA actually cost and what does it cover? 2, whether the builder's still building in that section, because living next to an active construction site for 2 years, that's a real thing. 3, what the lot backs up to, since a tree line on the site plan and a tree line in reality are 2 vastly different things. If you're moving here in the next year, call or text me 317-416-8457. Tell me how you actually spend a weekend, and I'll tell you which part of Westfield fits that. No appointment, no sit down. That's the whole conversation. Now on schools, I'm going to give you 5 facts and let you do the rating yourselves. Westfield Washington Schools has an operating referendum on the November 3rd ballot. It replaces the one voters passed in 2022, which expires at the end of this year, 2026. The district says changes to the state funding formula left $4.4 million uncollected between 2023 and 2025. If you're buying here this fall, that's on your ballot and it's on your tax bill. Pull the state report cards and read them yourself. That's the only honest way to evaluate a district, and anybody who tells you different is selling you something. Indiana rewrote property taxes in 2025, and the new formula shows up on your 2026 tax bill. Bigger standard deduction, a supplemental deduction stacked on top of it, and a credit that caps out. Most Indiana homeowners are paying less this year than last year. The relief comes out of county revenue. That's a part of why you're seeing a school referendum on the ballot in November. Same law, two different sides of it, and you're going to live with both. All right, let's talk about Grand Park. Grand Park is 400 acres on the west side of town and drew 5.5 million visitors in 2023. Roughly half of everyone who came between 2017 and 2023 traveled more than 100 miles to get here. As a resident, what that means is very specific. Tournament weekends, the restaurants fill up and Highway 32 backs up. If you live between 31 and Ditch Road, you have to plan around it. Most people I know here treat it as a fair trade for what it brings to Westfield. Now the part most videos skip. State Road 32 has been under construction and is not done. They're finishing the north half east of Union Street and putting a roundabout in East Street. There's a second project behind that one running 5 miles from East Street out towards Noblesville. If 32 is your commute, you're going to deal with this for a while. The Monon is closed between 156th and 169th through the end of this year while they build a tunnel under 161st. If riding that trail every day was on your list of reasons to move here, you need to know what's going on. The city put out an 8-year, $186 million infrastructure plan. Read that as a promise that the orange barrels are going to be here for a bit. So who is this all actually for? If you want a house where everything is new and you'd rather have the warranty than mature trees, Westfield is the strongest option on the north side. If you want a downtown that's already finished with restaurants already open and the streets already paved, well, we'll take you down to Carmel and you should go look at it. I'll tell you that on the phone too. And if you want acreage, well, let's take you up north past Westfield on the way to Sheridan because you're not finding the acreage here or in Carmel. So call me, 317-416-8457. Tell me when you're moving and what you're moving from. I'll tell you straight. Does Westfield fit, or would you rather be down in Carmel or a different part of Hamilton County?